Well, I'm probably no substitute for the mayor, but I'm doing pretty well, Sean.
I don't know how many people took the time to watch this beheading. I did watch the entire message. It was a message to America. They're threatening now, trying to blackmail us, saying that if we act in any way militarily against this radical, vicious, savage terrorist group, that another American is going to be killed. The question I have is, if you're the President of the United States, you're going to stay on vacation, or are you going to get back to the Situation Room and are you going to deal with this? And how should we deal with it?
Well, you know, Sean, I'm going to slightly disagree with you, because I don't think that was a message to the American people. He was not speaking to the American people. They were speaking
Seriously?
to President Obama.
Yeah.
And they've identified Obama as the weak link in all of this. And he really feels, Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, the caliph, the self-appointed caliph, feels that that Obama can be cowed. He looks at what happened in Syria with Obama's threats and then backing down and doing nothing against Assad. He looks at the retreat from Iraq, and he feels that Obama is the weak chink in the West's armor. Now, what should the president do? Even if the president believes that he can handle everything while on vacation, for purely visual purposes, to send a message to the world, he should be back in Washington. Now, presidents deserve vacations, but you got to get the timing right. Our president, when he gave his talk today, and it was a pretty good talk, and he sounded firm and stern, but Sean, the difference is always the gulf between what Obama says and what he actually does. And that talk today should have been accompanied with intense strategic airstrikes against Islamic State targets throughout former Syria and former Iraq, the countries that no longer exist.
Can I tell you how The Hill wrote this up today, Colonel Peters? They wrote that Obama completed his statement, which is about, what, 3.5 minutes long, something like that,
yeah,
on the beheading, and minutes later, before arriving, minutes later, to play golf with Alonzo Mourning. Mm-hmm. Now, what's wrong with that picture to me? If anybody takes the time, and you know, there's a part of me that's tempted to put this video on my website, but I don't want to do it. Kids may see it.
No,
it is so brutal. It is so evil. And I'm thinking, did the President of the United States see the same video that I saw? Because my reaction is one of real, clear anger that the United States of America is sitting back and our President races off to the golf course after an American photojournalist had their heads ripped off. Children have had their heads ripped off and put on stakes by these animals. And I'm thinking, what are we going to do about it? What is the President's plan? He didn't say he was going to respond militarily. He didn't say what he was going to do. He didn't bring in the Joint Chiefs. He's not sitting in the Situation Room, Colonel. Well, something wrong with that to me.
Well, Sean, he did do something.
Played golf.
He did. Well, yeah, but beyond that, he had the Pentagon release details of a highly classified operation to an attempt to rescue the hostages in Syria. It didn't work out. But there is no way that information should have been leaked. But once again, this White House did something for purely political purposes to show that they were trying to get those hostages back. Now look, all flippancy aside, there is no way the President should have been stupid enough to go play golf, because not only did he insult the Foley family, but he sent the message to Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi and all of the other jihadi terrorist militants, now soldiers in a jihadi army, that he doesn't take it all seriously. I mean, he is a man who seems to love the perks of being president, but to disdain the work.
It's unbelievable. Lieutenant Colonel Ralph Peters, thank you. We're going to continue to follow this story and find out what ultimately America's response is going to be.